Hello Leo, welcome to your reading for October. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. I hope you like my spooky setup in honor of Halloween and Samhain. Oh, beautiful. So these readings are going to be a tad esoteric because this is the time for, well, us preparing ourselves for that rebirth and transformation that comes about with Scorpio season. Now, we have All Hallows Eve. Call upon the voices that stir your senses through the night. Cast an unforgiven howl as you stomp your might through the ground. How powerful is this card? Alright, I will be referring to the guidebook because I don't want to tell you anything wrong, but let's pull all your archetypes and then we will move on to your tarot. All your oracles, pardon me. For your archetype, we have Gnosis. I don't know how to pronounce that. Gnosis? Gnosis. Alright, let's see. Last oracle. I'm going to be pulling a few charms for you towards the end, so make sure you stick around. We have protection, strong protective magic for the family and the home. Beautiful. I suddenly got tourmaline. Make sure you're using tourmaline if you're into crystals. All right, let's talk about this. Now, a little disclaimer. This is going to be a highly esoteric reading. Okay, I don't know about your tarot, but at least your oracle cards, they nod to a lot of spiritual wisdom that needs to be accessed. All right, so if you are not a deeply spiritual person or you're not somebody who believes in esoteric practices, you may find yourself a little confused. But hold on, there may be a few messages here that could really help. Plus, we always have your tarot for guidance later. Now, when it comes to All Hallows Eve, this talks about, well, Samhain. It talks about Halloween, the Feast of Apples, November's Eve, Hallowmas, Shadowfest, All Hallows Eve, and they all mean different things to different cultures, but they have the same intention. A day to honor those who have passed on, as well as celebrating the passing of summer and the coming of winter. Now, as we know, during Samhain is when the veil between our worlds and the next is at its thinnest, and spirits are given a chance to pass over to find their resting place, and loved ones who have passed can visit. We can take advantage of this magical time by harnessing the open energy from the spiritual realms. Communications with spirits and guides are more natural than any other night of the year. It's a beautiful time to deepen a psychic practice or start a new one, or to call on the help of the powers that be. Working magic on this night is likely to lead to success, even if you've never worked a spell before. I'm not asking you to get into spell work, but I am asking you to honor your ancestors. Even ancestors you may have never met. Could be people from your bloodline, your lineage, people who have made your immediate ancestors who they are today, people whose genes you carry. Right? You are who you are today because of their DNA makeup, because of their genetic code. So there is a part of them in you. Maybe delving into your family history, into your family roots will give you a little sense of direction as to why you are who you are today. It talks about respecting the other world, respecting the spirit world, and also being aware of signs and synchronicities. Since the veil is very thin, and it will be at the end of the year during Halloween, it's not just a fun holiday. It's actually very, very deep. Halloween or Samhain is when we can truly access that ancient wisdom. We can truly access information from our ancestors and execute all of those lessons into our reality so we can evolve and grow. If there are any particular spiritual practices that you may have abandoned, now is the time to pick them up again. Okay? Now, Gnosis. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Again, highly mystical energy. This talks about inner knowing and mystic truths. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Some of you may be scientists, some of you may be physicists, Some of you may be healers, spiritual healers, crystal healers, astrologers, tarot readers. And no matter how far you take your studies, you come to that ultimate conclusion that facts slip towards mystery. And soon the mystery results in facts. It's about, when they say those who say they know don't, and those who say they don't know, no. So it's a very, very complicated kind of energy about going with the flow. It's very Piscean energy, according to me. It's about just understanding that everything that we are presented with doesn't have to have a backbone. Okay, sometimes I'm confronted with a lot of people who ask me why I read tarot, why I believe in astrology. Sometimes I don't have the answer, right? I don't have a logical answer that will make a left-brained person understand what I'm trying to say, right? So I go into quantum physics. I try and explain the gravitational pull of the moon and the other planets and how they affect us, and crystals and their energy and all of that, right? I start trying to justify my beliefs. Sometimes justifications are not required. Sometimes when you have faith in something and it works for you, that's proof enough. That's what I'm getting here. I'm getting like some of you may be wanting to justify your practices or your faith to other people, and I just feel like there's no need. If it works for you, it works for you. You know what I mean? Now, when it comes to protection, now this is a beautiful symbol. You may take a screenshot and print it out and use it in your home. It's a great symbol to protect your home and your family from anything that could be toxic or negative or evil. And it talks about using crystals, of course. And if you are not into crystals, that's absolutely fine. All you need to do is do a little bit of visualization. Okay? Visualize a protective midnight blue light emanating from this symbol, filling your home or your workplace and going right to the boundaries of the property. And this light becomes a bubble, radiating high above your space and down into the earth. Really feel the protection and comfort this bubble offers, and keep visualizing until you feel the energy dissipate. Right? So there could be, you may be feeling like wherever it is you spend, wherever it is you spend the most amount of time, you may not be feeling safe or comfortable. You may be feeling that there is an external energy that could be affecting your environment. I would listen to that gut. Okay, I would listen to that instinct. Cleanse your space, smudge your space, use incense, sage, or Palo Santo, whatever it is. Light a few candles, right? Use salt if you need to, if that is something that you believe in. But I truly feel like if there's anything that could be affecting your peace right now, it could have to do with external forces. Protect your home, protect your space, protect your peace, and invite good spirits in. All right, there are good and bad ones, and like I said, the veil is at its thinnest, or will be very soon. A filtration system needs to be put into place. All right, let me grab a sip of coffee and let's get to your tarot. I'm not following any particular spread right here. I'm just going to go with the flow. Let's see what we have for you. Oh wow, all right, we have the moon, we have the 10 of wands, we have the 5 of cups, and we have the 9 of wands. Whew. All right. Now, a lot of planets that were in retrograde are going direct this month. But what is very interesting is we have a new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio on the 25th. Very close to actually Samhain. So this is a time when a lot of deep healing and shadow work can be done, which is probably why you're getting such an esoteric spread. Right, now, Wheel of Fortune, the World, the Page of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Wands, Justice, the Knight of Swords, 2 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. Leo, I feel like with the 9 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune, you're almost resisting change of some kind. The Wheel of Fortune is orchestrated by the universe. It is something that needs to be shifted for your highest good. The Wheel of Fortune is Uranus energy. For me, it is like a tower moment, but a good tower moment, all right? It only comes about because, well, it needs to, right? But with the Nine of Wands, I'm almost feeling like you're being very defensive against this. I know that's not the Seven of Wands, it is the Nine of Wands. It is a card of the wounded warrior. But I'm almost getting that you're afraid of this change, whatever this is for you. Again, with the Five of Cups and the World card, the world again orchestrated by the universe. It is something, this is Arboreus, this is something that needs to come to a close so that a new cycle can begin. But with the Five of Cups, it's bringing you a whole lot of sadness. You're not willing to accept this change. I need one card in the middle, Temperance. There we go. Patience. Patience is key here. I feel like you're putting pressure on yourself. You know things need to change. You know a shift needs to come about, whether this is in work or it is in love or a family dynamic, whatever it may be. But it's almost like you know how when you're watching a horror movie, right? And you get those jump scares and suddenly everything goes quiet. You know the jump scares around the corner. You know, at least for me, I close my ears and I close my eyes because I know I'm going to get scared, right? This is that kind of energy that I'm scared because something's going to happen. Open your eyes, open your ears, and be patient. Temper yourself. I'm almost feeling like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And because you are waiting for that shoe to drop, it's going to drop with a very, very loud bang, right? Once you expect it, okay, that jump scare is going to happen, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You're prepared for it. It's not going to shake you up. You know what I mean? With all the planets going direct, all the lessons that we've been accumulating over the last few months, they are going to start bringing rewards. Some of those rewards may be booby prizes, right? They may just be really small. You'll be like, wait, what? I worked so hard for this. But that little reward can be reinvested. It can be worked upon. There is some kind of shift that needs to come about here, and I want you to be open to it because it's happening for your highest good. Why do I say that? The Ten of Wands. You've been carrying too much. You've been carrying a weight that is too heavy for your shoulders, and the universe wants to relieve you of that weight. If you don't set those wands down, if you don't allow this change to happen, you're going to burn yourself out. With the Page of Pentacles, I feel like you're afraid of maybe starting afresh. It's possible if a relationship has come to an end, you're like, wait, how do I put myself in the dating pool again? I don't want to do that all over again. You know, I've invested my time and my energy and my love into somebody, and then doing that again, that's too much work. For some of you, you may feel like, all right, I have to shut down a business, I have to quit a job. How am I going to start all over again? Will I start off as an intern at my age? You know, that's what I'm getting here. I just feel like you're afraid of starting all over again. Not realizing every wand in the Ten of Wands is a talent or a skill that you've picked up along this long and difficult journey. And those talents and those skills have primed you to jump from this page into an emperor much sooner than you realize. But then again, you have to climb the ladder. You can't skip steps. Allow yourself this trainee mindset. Allow yourself this fresh start. We're not born as 50-year-olds, right? We're born as babies, and we grow because we need to learn things. Otherwise, we'd just be, you know, babies in grown-ups clothing. With the Moon card and the Three of Cups, I need one more card here, but I'm getting that there is the Hermit. I'm getting that there is some kind of fear that you have right here regarding somebody, the Death card. For some of you, again, I hate to bring up third parties, but when the Three of Cups is surrounded by difficult energies like this, I start thinking about that. If that is not your situation, you don't need to apply it to yourself. The Three of Cups could be an energy of a third energy interfering in your relationship, okay? And the third energy doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could be an ideology. It could be a family member. It could be anything. But I almost feel like there is a sense of acceptance that needs to come about. There is a sense of, well, this transformation needs to happen, and if it doesn't, then it's going to come about as a complete shock, and I'm not going to be prepared for it. The Hermit talks about going deep within. It talks about truly understanding your triggers and traumas, and then eventually using those triggers and traumas and the lessons that you've learned as a guidebook that will help you execute further decisions in your life. But I almost feel like the moon is preventing you from seeing the truth. Something may have transpired during the full moon that we had recently in Aquarius, or the new moon that we had in Libra. But more importantly, I feel like the new moon solar eclipse in Scorpio on the 25th is when this decision will be easier for you to make. Till then, reflect. Be patient and reflect. I always say this: if you are at a crossroads and everything seems dark in front of you and you feel like you don't know which way to go, stay put. There's no rush. You don't need to make a decision. Sometimes it's all right to just stand at that crossroads and build a house for yourself there just for a little while, because that's going to prevent you from making a wrong decision. You know what I mean? We have the Seven of Wands. Interesting, I didn't realize the Seven of Wands was here. And you remember I mentioned it. I could feel it. The Seven of Wands and the Justice card. I feel like universal law is at play. Universal karma is at play. There is something that needs to be brought about to balance. Because the sun is in Libra, because Venus entered Libra, is entering Libra on the 29th, which is today while I'm recording. Mercury is entering Libra on the 10th. Libran energy, this energy of the scales, of justice, of balance, is very, very prevalent. We need to surrender to it, because we as human beings, fine, we are divine souls, we are the universe in creation, but at the same time there is a power higher than us that is orchestrating our life, and sometimes we need to surrender to it and not defend ourselves against it. There's always a debate about, do we create our own destiny or is it created for us? I think it's a bit of both. We do create our own paths in life, but at the same time, there is something that is guiding us. It's almost like we buy the car, but the fuel is provided by the universe. You know what I mean? So there needs to be a balance of the two. Stop fighting against this change. Whatever this is, you will reach a point eventually when you will realize that, well, it was meant for me. I needed to go through this. Knight of Swords, Two of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Again, the Six of Pentacles for me is the minor arcana of the Justice card. This is balance that needs to be struck regarding something. With the Two of Swords, this is that crossroads. This is you not being able to make a decision. But with the Knight of Swords, I'm almost feeling like, and the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck, I'm almost feeling like you're getting impatient. That I don't want to stagnate. I need to go. I need to make a decision, or I'm just going to run away. This is you wanting to escape your own reality. Six of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Goodness. Three of Swords, the Emperor. There is heartbreak here. There is a sense of you feeling loss, you feeling betrayal, you feeling some kind of ending that has shaken up your reality. But I'm almost feeling like you want to run away from this reality. You don't want to come to terms with it. You're failing to understand that an ending leads to a beginning. Whether it is a beginning within the same circumstance or it is a beginning in another. An ending doesn't just end, right? Energy can never be created or destroyed. It just transmutes. Love can never end. It just transmutes. So if you were with somebody and it ended, it doesn't mean that love in the world is lost. It still exists, right? It still exists within you. So instead of mourning this loss, celebrate its transformation into something that will finally suit you. Whether it is whoever this is coming back in a way that you want them to, or it is you truly and finally understanding what love actually means and getting what you deserve. Heavy. All right. As for your charms, we have peace. Cancer got the same. I feel like peace should be priority. They had temperance as well. So if you're on the cusp, I would go watch that reading. I feel like instead of overburdening yourself right here, let go. Release. It's all right to temper yourself, and it's all right to be patient and be in no man's land. It's all right to not have all the answers. Prioritize your peace wherever you find it. The camera. Since so many planets have been in retrograde, there could be a lot of reminiscing, not just from you but from another as well. Thinking about the good old times. Hold on to those good old times. It's not about wearing rose-colored glasses, but it's about making the most of your blessings. Oh, dropped a charm. I can't find it. Hang on. Wow. Okay, there it is. Went a while away. All right, we have the letter O. This could be your initial, could be the initial of someone you're dealing with, doesn't have to be. We have dream. Dream a little dream of me. I got that song in my head. But I feel like don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on the idea of a happy relationship or the perfect job or a happily ever after. Because once you start giving up on that is when your manifestations stop. They halt. There you are, Leo. Showing up as yourself. Showing up as generous. I feel like you need to start being a little more generous with yourself. It's possible that you have been ignoring your needs. You have been ignoring your own self-worth. You haven't been prioritizing yourself. Now is the time for you to start doing that. You need to start shining again, Leo. Regardless of how people have treated you, regardless of your external circumstances, the only constant in your life is you. Stop letting variables affect your energy. All right, that was it. Hope this helped. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.